All right, so as you most likely have heard, Politico published a story the other day claiming that former Godfather's Pizza CEO and current Republican primary frontrunner Herman Cain allegedly sexually harassed two female employees and then settled the cases out of court. Well, coming up next here on the Matthew Filipowicz Show, we actually have Herman Cain's publicist, James T. Winston, here to address those allegations. So, Mr. Winston, thanks so much for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks a lot there, Matthew. But, Mr. Winston is my father's name, all right? Well, call me Smoking Jimmy.
All right. So Smoking Jimmy. Let me just come out and ask: is there any truth to the sexual harassment allegations?
Herman Cain maintains his innocence against these baseless accusations. He's no more guilty of sexually harassing former female employees than he is of, let's say, holding any type of political office ever.
Okay, well, how does he explain documents showing that two female employees were paid to leave the National Restaurant Association after complaints of sexually suggested comments that made them angry and uncomfortable?
Herman Cain is a sensitive man, respecter of women, and a buyer of innocence. Sexual harassment did not happen ever. Sexual harassment takes place when a superior uses his position in an irresponsible way and then can't afford to buy the silence of the victims afterwards.
I mean, it sounds like he's guilty then. I mean, if he was innocent, he wouldn't have to buy those people's silence.
Herman Cain is not going to apologize for his wealth. He's allowed to spend his money however he wishes. Of course, some liberal nutjob from the big city is going to find it hard that someone would pay for silence. But Herman Cain isn't like you, Matthew. He doesn't spend his time giving heroin to hippie babies from Beantown for shock jock ratings. Silence is important to Mr. Cain. I mean, sure, I'm sure you've heard his staff isn't allowed to speak to him unless spoken to. Silence is golden, like the golden crust of delicious pizza. Silence means the world to Mr. Cain. Except, of course, when he's making racist and, semi-homicidal comments towards Mexicans. I mean, Herman Cain is simply using his wealth to celebrate life, like his monthly employee chocolate sundae bathtub party or his yearly nude walking tour of women's health clubs, which, by the way, costs a fortune in silence every year.
All right. Smoking Jimmy, Herman Cain's publicist. I gotta say, you really do live up to your nickname. I can tell you're a man who enjoys his cigarettes.
I don't smoke cigarettes.
We'll be right back.
Oh.